Hey, that was something else at Waters last night, wasn't it?
What happened to you? I turned around and you was gone.
Yeah, well, there was all that blood and they weren't moving. So I thought I should provide myself with some plausible denial, as it were.
I can understand that. For sure, it was as artistic and destructive bit of mayhem as it has ever been my great good fortune not to be involved in.
Scary as hell. I have never seen anybody use a walker like that before. Do I need plausible deniability?
No. What I had is check him out and they were still breathing. So we just covered up the pool table and laid him on top. Which was a good thing, as I really didn't feel like going out back and prying up that manhole cover. It always sticks this time of year, and you can never tell what's going to pop out at you, if you know what I mean.
What was that all about, anyway? That old lady tore into K-Cat and Jizzy like she was on a mission from God.
That's right. You don't know the whole story, do you? Well, it all started last week. I was down in Murky Waters having a couple, and this lady comes in. Now, she ain't no spring chicken, you understand, but she was looking good in a decent suit with her hair done up. Vintage, if you know what I mean.
This the one that was about your age?
Yeah, my age. Like I said, vintage, if I may continue. Anyways, she goes up to the bar, and Wanda gets this look on his face, like he's seeing something he can almost remember, but not quite. And she says, "Give me a Manhattan, please, Wanda." Very nice, like she knows him. Well, the place had gone quiet when she came in, her being a stranger and all. But now you could hear the roaches in the rafters, if you know what I mean. Except for K-Cat and Jizzy, who were on the other side of her. You know Crazy. Can't stand not to be the center of attention. So he starts making remarks concerning his sartorial ensemble, her choice of beverage, and the probable reasons for her being in the neighborhood. At which point, she makes a pithy rejoinder.
A what?
A real pisser. Concerning his dubious parentage and the obvious lack of parental direction in his upbringing. Well, while K-Cat is trying to digest this, Jizzy takes umbrage and steps up behind her and kicks a crutch out from under her.
Which one?
She only had the one at the time. She goes down, and Jizzy gives her another couple to keep her there. Not to be outdone, K-Cat joins in. Needless to say, in a very short period of time, they are depositing said lady onto the sidewalk, crutch and all. Well, I don't need to tell you that this lowered the general ambiance of the bar quite a bit. And you could tell Wanda was displeased, as he did not set up the usual congratulatory shots. Which I could totally understand, 'cause it shouldn't have taken the two of them, if you know what I mean.
Those two ain't got no class.
Do tell. Anyways, I stay away for the next few and only come back last night. And, well, you saw. The door opens and the lady is back, on two crutches with her head bandaged. And she's with this older woman who's using a walker to get around. Well, did you see Wanda's face light up when he sees her?
I was just watching the woman.
He looked like someone who just put the last piece of a jigsaw puzzle together. But he don't say nothing. He just reaches down, picks up two shot glasses, and sets them on the bar. That's when K-Cat and Jizzy, who have never been known for their shyness or any form of common sense, came over and rattled the cage. Truly instructive, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, in a horror show sort of way. I saw the one with the crutches bring the tip of one down on the back of Jizzy's hand as he was trying to crawl away. And I was wondering what it was all about. But mostly I was just trying to avoid blood splatters and not get counted as collateral damage. As soon as it was over, I was out the door.
Understandable. I was feeling somewhat trepidatious myself, but it was what came after that made the night righteous.
What did I miss?
Well, Wanda already had the drinks set up, and the two ladies go up to the bar for the congratulatory, just like they was regulars. They toss 'em back, and the older woman leans over and whispers something into Wanda's ear. He smiles, and pats her on the shoulder, and out they go. Cool as can be, on crutches and a walker. Well, being a gentleman, Wada waits until the door closes behind them before telling us to go over and check and see if Kit-Kat and Jizzy was still viable, as it were. Then he calls us back over to the bar and tells us this story. I should have remembered her, he says. Who? We inquire. The younger one, when she came in last week, he replies. But I hadn't seen her since Molly's closed down, and we've all changed a lot since then.
Molly's?
Yeah, Molly's Open Door. Ah, I guess this was before your time. Well, Molly's Open Door used to be very well known in the city. Everybody who was anybody went there. Anybody could walk in, and anything was allowed, as long as it was mutually consensual. Any infringements on said consensuality, and you would be immediately refunded. The lady with the walker was Molly's chief refunder, and she was well known for her ability to handle all policy matters, if you know what I mean.
Kit-Kat and Jizzy never stood a chance, did they?
No, not in this lifetime anyways. I feel pretty sure that Crazy's used his 9 up by now, and Jizzy's never been on the good side of anything. But Molly's Open Door had the affection and protection of all who mattered. Until an unfortunate incident arose concerning a local councilman.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that. One night some of the guys were talking about how the neighborhood had changed. And they said it was all because of some scandal involving some city mucky-muck and a hooker and, Jello.
Yeah, Jello and a trapeze. I was too young to know what was going on, you understand? But my mama used to work at Molly's, and I heard her talking with some of the other girls about it. Evidently the trapeze wasn't that unusual, but they didn't have a clue as to what the Jello was about. Anyways, they closed Molly's Open Door, and she retired to greener pastures with most of the girls. My mama stayed behind to make sure that I had proper schooling. At the time, the government was actually trying to provide a decent education for its citizenry, and our schools here was pretty good.
Your mama's a fine lady.
Thank you. She's never had nothing bad to say about you, neither.
What happened?
Say, where do you think I should insert the comma? Why don't you just shove it up your cue the music?